Hey guys, thank you for joining me. I'm Beverly. And so, what I wanted to post about today is just three things that I would recommend for just getting started on an exercise routine, like to where you can stay consistent on it. And just a little bit of background about myself. I am. Forget my age. I keep wanting to say that I'm 47. I was telling my best friend, I keep just wanting to say, hey, I'm 47, but I'm not 47, I'm 57. So, anyway, let me pull this back a little bit. I'm 57 years old and I've been working out consistently for the last 40 years. That's so long. That just sounds so nuts. But anyway, and so I find that when I talk to people or people ask me, like, how do you stay in shape and what do you do and those sorts of things, I find that the hardest thing for people is to really just stick with it. And it has been something that I have been able to stick with just all of my adulthood, right? And the first tip that I would say that I think is really, really important in order for you to develop like an exercise routine for yourself is to just commit to like a couple days a week that you're going to do it. So you can't let anybody talk you out of it. It can't be anything that's negotiable. You're going to have to figure out, and those days, I think to help your habit, the best would be for it to be the same 2 days per week, whatever that is for you. So, like if you did Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Friday, or whatever it is, it has to work according to your life and according to your schedule, but you have to fit it into your life. Don't, I think that a lot of times people say, well, I just don't have time for it. And so I have found in my own life when I've been busier, right? I will always find a time. And if that means waking up earlier so that I can fit that into my day, then that's what I did, right? Like really early, like it's still dark outside early. And so just commit to the same number of days per week for a while. So maybe you're going to start at 2 days if you haven't done anything at any activity at all, right? Or it's been a while since you've done any kind of exercise. Maybe just start at 2 days or 3 days, right? And pick the same days if you can, right? That would be my first tip because you want to develop that habit. And then the second thing is to start with something that is accessible to you because everybody doesn't have access to a gym. And honestly, I wouldn't even suggest starting at a gym if you haven't exercised in a while, because I think that for a lot of people, it feels really intimidating, right? To go into a new gym and then there's all this equipment and new people and all of those things too. Or maybe people can't afford to get a gym membership or right now to start with, right? So do something that you will commit to. This is a pattern that you will commit to and that's accessible to you. So, what comes to mind that almost every single person can do would be to walk, right? And that's going to build up some endurance and it's just going to get you into that cycle of just, exercise, of getting your blood pumping. Or if you have a bike, to ride your bike, something like that, I think is going to help get you on track, right? So that movement becomes more part of your routine. And then the third thing that I would say, and this isn't really like an exercise tip, but a kind of more of a psychological tip, which is to be kind to yourself. While you're doing this, don't beat yourself up about, you know, if you wish to be in better shape and you're not there yet, don't beat yourself up about it, because strength and fitness, it's built incrementally. So you just have to do, day by day by day. And I say that, don't beat up on yourself. For myself, as much as I do for you, because I just think that we all have the tendency to be hard on ourselves, right? And to wish that we had something else. I know that I'm very guilty of that, right? Like that you wish that you looked a different way than you looked. And the truth is we all have different bodies, and we're all at different fitness levels, and to just accept where you are, be kind to yourself about it, and just be consistent. So, to recap again, the three things would be: pick a number of days per week that you will, that you're going to hold to, right? And that are non-negotiable, right? So, and when you do that, when you pick your workout, you're going to pick, I didn't mention this, but pick a time of the day that you think that you can stick with, right? And then the second one is to do something that you can just start with where you are, that's accessible to you. So maybe walking, if you have a bike riding, that sort of thing. You can even put on some music and dance for a certain amount of time in your house. That's super fun. I do that myself just for fun. And then the third thing is to be kind to yourself, just to accept this is where you are right now, but strength is built incrementally. Progress is made over time. You're not going to make it, you're not going to do it all in one day. And I really think that if you do this, what's going to happen is you're going to build that habit, right? You're going to build the habit of exercise, the habit of putting yourself first, right? And I understand that people have families and you have people that you have to get ready maybe in the house, but it still is important to fit yourself into that equation. And for most of us, you have to fit yourself in there first, maybe before everybody wakes up. I don't know, and you're going to know that better for yourself. And maybe you can't work out during the week if you're going to start with 2 days. Maybe you can only do it on the weekend, but find whatever it is, right, that will work for you and commit to that, right? So that there's nothing that can talk you out of it, right? And if you do that, right, over time, you'll be able to add more exercise, maybe a different kind of exercise. You'll be able to add another day per week, or maybe another couple days per week. Or maybe then you'll want to join a gym, right? After you get more comfortable, after your body is acclimated to moving more, and you'll feel, okay, maybe I can join a gym. But I really think if you start with those three things, that you can get yourself on board to exercise. And it's simple, but I think it can make a big impact. And so I hope that helps you. I really do. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, leave them in the comments below. If you're not subscribed and this interests you, please subscribe. And if you liked it and it was helpful for you, that was hard to say, that's hard to say, helpful for you, please leave a like. All right then, guys, until next time, take it easy.